Hello everyone, this is the Checkcon channel and it deals with COBOL programming language topics. In this video, I leave you an installation guide for Mainframe ZOS 1.13 with Hercules, so you can create and test your programs, follow it step by step, and you will have a good environment to practice. You can also see and download the videos EMZ02 and EMZ03 with guides 2 and 3 with tips to facilitate your study, and also to perform tests with DB2. ZOS Mainframe Emulator Installation Guide on your PC. I suggest that you follow this guide step by step, without changing names or locations, otherwise you may get lost, so you can install a mainframe emulator on your PC, so you can learn everything you need to program on a mainframe. Let's remember that there is a high demand for programmers, because the majority have already retired, and if you already have experience, you will have an environment available where you can reinforce your knowledge in different fields, such as editing programs with TSO, handling VSAM files, preparation and execution of JCLs, COBOL batch and CICS programming, BMS maps, utility commands in CICS, CEMT, CETA, CC, CEDF and many more things. Step 01, uTorrent installation. We put in the Google search engine, uTorrent download free for Windows 10. Then we download the installer. We run the installer that has been saved in the downloads folder. We accept or decline dialogues, as indicated. Step 02, obtaining ZOS. We put in the Google search engine, archive.org. Then we put Mainframe ZOS ACT in the page search engine, and click on the Geo button.
We select ZOS 1 y 13.
We select the torrent option. We execute the downloaded exe. Because I have read that fdbbn1.gz is defective, I am unchecking it from downloading. In the box, you can see that 460.8 megabytes have been downloaded so far. We can see that it has finished, 28.6 gigabytes, and pending downloading, 0. Now we create the ZOS 113 folder on the C:\drive, and move the downloaded file there. Step 03, obtaining and downloading 7-zip. Now we are going to download the latest version of 7-zip so that we can unpack the ZOS files that are zipped. And we execute the downloaded exe program. Windows will ask us if 7-zip can make changes to the device. We answer yes. We click on Install to install the program. .7-zip has been installed. Now with 7-zip we extract the .bin files from each of the .gz files, so from the fdbbn2.gz file we obtain the fdbbn2.bin file. We move these .bin files to a new folder C:\ZOS, for which we sort the files by type and select the .bin files to move them to the new folder. Step 04, getting the 3270WX3270 emulator. Now we will download the 3270WX3270 emulator. Now, we run the downloaded installer. We put the desktop shortcut icon on the taskbar. Step 05, obtaining and installing Hercules. Regarding the installation of Hercules, there are many videos on YouTube about it that you can consult. If you have problems, you can download and try the Hercules folder from the following link.
Host igual sharing.
Just copy the folder to your C:/drive and try it. There are several YouTube videos that explain how to install a mainframe emulator for PC. I suggest you check the installation videos on the Mainframe Corner channel. They are in Spanish. I asked him if he could reference it and he answered yes, that's why I reference it. Having Hercules installed, we create a shortcut on the desktop, rename it Hercules, EMZ01 and copy it to the taskbar. Step 06, WX3270 Emulation Session Configuration. Now we run WX370 and configure a new connection, name equals console, IP equals 127.0.0.1 and port 3270. We try to connect with the connect button, but it fails because there is no mainframe available yet. We close the WX3270 emulation, but it is already configured. Step 07, raise the mainframe with Hercules. Now we click on the Hercules icon on the taskbar to raise the mainframe. No errors are seen, it is assumed that everything is configured correctly. At this point, we can and must run the WX3270 emulation from the taskbar icon, and click on the Connect to Host icon and select the new console session that we created in a previous step. We see that in the emulation session, the Hercules logo appears, indicating that it has been connected to Hercules successfully. Now in the Hercules window, we press the Escape key to see the Hercules graphical interface, where we press the L key to start the ZOS. We can see that the loading disk trace1.bin is assigned to unit 0A80. It is identified with the letter F, so to the request of select device for IPL, we respond by pressing the F key, and the mainframe begins to load. The first time the ZOS is run, it asks if the sysplex is going to be initialized or that we just want a study and testing environment. On the console, you can see that it continues to raise ZOS until it stops where indicated on the following screen. When this error occurs, you must respond with R00, cancel. For now let's do that. What we want is to get ZOS up and be able to start using it as soon as possible. Then, and with greater expertise, the errors can be reviewed. Then when the loading finishes, it shows the following screen. It's time to start working. Step 08, enter the TSO with the user abuser. Now, by clicking on the WX3270 icon on the taskbar or right-clicking, we open a WX3270 session, and by clicking on the Manage Profile and Connections icon, we configure a new session named abuser, IP equals 127.0.0.0 and port 3270, and we click on the Connect button and a ZOS session opens. Eureka! Complete success in the installation. Now we enter Logon abuser and press enter. The TSO screen appears, where we enter the abuser password. And voila, we enter the TSO. It asks us to change the password and we enter sys1 and confirm again with sys1. Excellent! From now on the abuser user password will be sys1, we press enter and we already have an entire mainframe to study and learn many things to work in institutions that have a mainframe as their central processor. At this point, we recommend backing up the ZOS folder, so that if you have problems you can return to the previous backed up situation. Now we are going to close the TSO, by pressing the F3 key. And when the word ready is displayed, enter the word log off to end the session, wait for the ZOS logo to be displayed and we can close the window. To close the console, just close the WX3270 emulation window. Finally, in the Hercules graphics window, press the W key and then the Y key to shut down the mainframe. Step 09, final test raise and lower the mainframe several times. As a final test, we repeat the steps from running Hercules from the taskbar icon, to raise ZOS, look at TSO and lower it again, To have a safe procedure of going up and down n times without problem, this method can be a little slow, but easy and safe to learn. If you followed the instructions to the letter, you have probably already installed it, or if you already had it installed, please comment so we can start a next video where we will do the following. 1. Create a source program library where we will save our first HelloWorld program. 2. Create the HelloWorld program. 3. Create a module library where we will save the executable program generated in the compilation. 4. Create a JCLS library where we will save our JCL for compiling COBOL batch programs. 5. Create the build JCL. 6. Compile the HelloWorld program. 7. Create the JCL gelware to execute the HelloWorld program. 8. View the result of the JCL execution. If you want to see some examples of COBOL programs you can see on my Checkcon channel, just type COBOL Checkcon in the YouTube search engine and you will find some examples like the ones shown. Here is embedded as an object, the ZOS 1.13 mainframe implementation guide on your PC. Download the PPT from the link in the file description and from there you can extract the guide. On the next slide, we will show a small video of the mainframe execution. The video was recorded in Spanish, that is why the YouTube translation has been posted, and it is not exact. Please use the information in the attached installation guide for installation. Thank you very much for being interested in watching this video, and good luck.